Is your biggest problem in life not knowing what every shadow plant in Plants vs. Zombies 2 does? Yes? Well then you came to the right place. Shadow plants are special types of plants in Plants vs. Zombies 2. They get a special boost when planted on a tile affected by a shadow aura. Some shadow plants boost other shadow plants, while others get boosted by other shadow plants. Every shadow plant is part of the concealment family. Shadow plants were first introduced with the world modern day, bringing along 5 shadow plants, those being Moonflower, Nightshade, Shadow Shroom, Dusklabo, and Grimrose. Over the years, more and more shadow plants have been released. In this video, I am going to explain lots of info about these plants, starting with Moonflower. Perhaps the most important shadow plant, Moonflower is a sun-producing shadow plant that powers adjacent shadow plants in a 3x3 area. Moonflower is the first shadow plant unlocked in modern day. Additionally, moonflowers can be powered as well to produce extra sun. For every shadow plant next to Moonflower, more sun will be produced every 32 to 36 seconds. 25 sun unpowered and 100 sun at max power. Adjacent shadow plants can be other moonflowers or any other shadow plant. When plant-fooded, Moonflower will produce the same amount of sun equivalent to a normal sun drop. It's a pretty bad plant food. Nightshade. The second shadow plant you unlock in modern day, Nightshade will slap zombies at close range, dealing 200 damage. After 3 attacks, Nightshade will run out of leaves, but wait! When powered by plants such as Moonflower, Gloomvine, Concealment, or Nectarine, Nightshade will start to regrow his petals and yeet them at the zombies from range. However, these long-ranged zombie whacking leaves come at a cost. They deal half damage when powered. When plant-fooded, Nightshade will shoot a bunch of petals at zombies and permanently deal increased damage. Shadow Shroom, a magical mushroom that makes zombies so high they switch weight. Wrong mushroom. Shadow Shroom is the third plant unlocked in modern day. When zombies eat this appetizing, not pomegranate mushroom, they are poisoned and take damage that ignores armor, making this plant especially effective against zombies such as bucketheads. When given plant food, Shadow Shroom will poison all zombies on screen up to a certain limit. It's around 10. This mushroom unfortunately has an underwhelming powered state. When powered, Shadow Shroom will splash poison to zombies in a 1-tile area. It is pretty bad, but overall Shadow Shroom is a worthwhile plant, especially because of the plant food. Dusklabo. The 4th plant unlocked in modern day, and possibly the best shadow plant, lobbing buds at zombies that deal splash damage in a large area, hitting multiple lanes and deal solid damage. But the real power for this doped out cactus comes from the shadow form. When powered, Dusklabo can lob 3 times as many buds, lobbing down 3 lanes and dealing splash damage. When plant-fooded, Dusklabo will launch 4 super buds that get the zombies so stoned, they die. No kidding, moving on. Grimrose. You guessed it, Grimrose is the 5th and final plant unlocked in modern day. Grimrose will instantly kill 1 zombie in its lane by sending it to the Shadow Realm. Grimrose does not instantly kill mechs or gargantuars, rather it deals heavy damage to them. When powered, Grimrose can send 3 zombies to the Shadow Realm before expiring. Plant food will make Grimrose attack the strongest zombie on the lawn. Plant food still cannot defeat gargantuars, only deal damage. Now we move on to the premium shadow plants after modern day, starting with Shadow Pea Shooter. Shadow Pea Shooter shoots shadowy peas at the same speed as normal pea shooter, that deal much higher damage than a regular pea shooter. He hides when zombies get too close and can send them into the Shadow Realm. This causes Shadow Pea Shooter to die when he swallows a zombie. When Shadow Pea is powered, he will instead shoot a piercing bolt similar to Laser Beam that also applies the stall effect similar to Stallia, slowing zombies down. Shadow Pea Shooter has an interesting plant food effect. The more moonflowers on the lawn, the more powerful it is. When there are 3 or more moonflowers, Shadow Pea Shooter will launch a Spirit Bomb that deals heavy damage to all zombies on screen. When there are less moonflowers, he will have a much weaker plant food with a smaller blast area. So it is recommended to bring Moonflower with Shadow Pea. Gloomvine. This plant is similar to Gloom Shroom from Plants vs. Zombies 1, or Fat Beet in the sense that it attacks zombies in the area around itself. Since Gloomvine is a vine, it can be planted on top of other plants. Rather than having a powered form, Gloomvine powers other shadow plants it is planted on. When given plant food, Gloomvine will deal 1800 damage in an area, the same as its attack area, and activate the plant food of the plant on its tile, if there is a plant there. Gloomvine is especially useful on last stand levels where you don't have Moonflower, so you can use Gloomvine to power your shadow plants. Next up, Macadamia nut. Yeah, this plant kinda sucks. Macadamia nut is a Wilson durian/walnut. In its normal form, macadamia nut is like a walnut, but it costs more and has less health. It's great value. When powered, macadamia nut will surround himself in gelatin, granting extra health and causing zombies that eat the gelatin to take damage. Now this is actually not too bad, but does not usually walk out in play because wall plants generally go near the front of the lawn and like to have a melee attacker behind them, but you need Moonflower to power it, and you usually don't want sun producers near the front of the lawn. Macadamia nut does not work well with Gloomvine either, because zombies will eat the Gloomvine first. Nocturne explodes in a 3x3 area similar to Cherry Bomb. Nocturne creates a cloud of gas around itself that damages zombies over time, except Hero Zombie and Treasure Yeti for some reason. I guess they're fine with Nocturne's gas. The gas cloud lasts 15.5 seconds. Additionally, shadow plants in the 3x3 area will also be powered for 15.5 seconds. Even though Nocturne is an insta, it can still be powered. When powered, Nocturne's gas cloud will have a chance to explode zombies, dealing 10% of their health as damage. Nocturne is also supposed to slow zombies when powered, but it does not work. This is a bug. Overall, a pretty intriguing plant that could come in useful at times. Concealment. Concealment is the powerment of the shadow plants. Powerments cost 0 sun, have a very long recharge of 85 seconds, and it has to be unlocked with 100 mints when it is available in the store. Mints cannot be unlocked with seeds, unless it's enlightenment. When planted, it will power and massively boost the damage of all shadow plants on the lawn for 6 seconds at level 1, and that gets longer as it levels. And lastly, the newest shadow plant, Dragon Brute. Dragon Brute is a lobbing plant that lobs heavy damage explosive projectiles down 3 lanes very slowly. Like, they gave him such a slow attack speed. The splash damage is only in a 1-tile area. When Dragon Brute dies, it will spawn 3 baby Dragon Brutes in available spaces on the lawn. When powered, Dragon Brute's projectiles will deal poison damage. Poison pierces armor. Same with the baby Dragon Brutes. Interestingly, baby Dragon Brutes deal more damage than the adult Dragon Brutes when they're powered, but when the Dragon Brute is not powered, the baby Dragon Brutes deal less damage while the Dragon Brute deals more damage. From my limited experience with Dragon Brute, the plant's not that great, and just stick to Dusk Labo. And now that you know about every shadow plant, here's a bunch of random information that I wrote down on a list. When using shadow plants, make sure you always bring either Moonflower or Gloomvine to power your shadow plants. Unless you are using Shadow Shroom works fine without being powered. A powered Shadow Pea pairs well with plants, such as Spike Rock because of its slowing effect. Spamming Dusk Labos in an area can be very viable. Shadow plants are generally very effective against large groups of zombies, due to most of the attacking shadow plants dealing splash damage, such as Shadow Pea Shooters, Laser, Dusk Labo Splash, and Gloomvine's AoE. Shadow Pea Shooter was added in the 6.9.1 update. Nice. Nice. Dragon Brute is inspired by the Year of the Dragon for the Chinese New Year. Before the 4.7.1 update, Dusk Labo's projectiles reflected by Jester would not hurt your plants, but still get reflected for some reason. If Dusk Labo's projectile misses a zombie, it will land in the lane directly below the lane the zombie was in. Every other animation loop, Nightshade will blink his eyes. Moonflower does not become powered during the setup phase on last stand levels, even when in a shadow aura. Dragon Brute cannot power Moonflower. This is a bug and may be fixed later. Nocturne is the only insta-shadow plant. The large buds shot from Dusk Labo's plant food ability also deal 10 direct damage on top of the splash damage, dealing 300 damage. It costs 75,000 coins to level up Dusk Labo from level 9 to level 10. Dusk Labo can hit zombies in the tile directly next to her when powered. Dragon Brute is based off Dragon Fruit, like the fruit, you know? So now you know some stuff about shadow plants. Probably. Fun fact, I've been kinda working on this video since January, but it got put on the back burner for a while. I just lost some motivation for this video, I guess. Anyways, I made the video, and I think it came out pretty well, and longest video essay yet. Subscribe, leave a like, and thank you for watching.